Thank you for starting your week with us. Welcome to Arirang News Break on this Monday, June 20th. We begin this morning at Korea's National Assembly. The floor leader of the ruling Saenuri Party is laying out his party's top policy priorities to lawmakers as we speak for the first time since taking office. During his speech, Chung Jin-seok is expected to stress the importance of cooperation, citing the shift in the political landscape from 2 to 3 major parties following April's general election. Officials say Chung will also urge for the swift approval of pending economy-related bills to help revitalize Korea's stagnant economy. Stamping out corruption across all levels of society is also one of the main points he will make. The interim leader of the main opposition Minju Party of Korea, Kim Jong-in, will give his speech on Tuesday. An Chol-soo, co-leader of the minor opposition People's Party, will address the assembly on Wednesday. North Korea has slammed South Korea and the UN command for their crackdown on illegal Chinese fishing boats in neutral waters around the Hangang River estuary. The North State-run Korean Central News Agency on Monday called the operations a military provocation and warned the missions could spark another artillery attack like the 2010 shelling of Yeonpyeong-do Island. The agency added that North Korea previously warned South Korea and the U.S. that any intrusion into its land, air, or sea would be punished. This marks the first response by North Korea since South Korea and the UN command began their crackdown earlier this month. Korea's producer prices remained unchanged in May from a month ago as a drop in utility and agricultural product prices offset the rise in prices of petroleum products. The Bank of Korea says prices of farm produce were down more than 4% last month from April. Utility prices dropped almost 2%. On the other hand, industrial products that include petroleum and steel goods rose 0.5%. The increase follows global oil prices picking up pace with Dubai crude, Korea's benchmark, rising over 10% in May from a month earlier. Compared to a year earlier, producer prices dropped 3% last month. Campaigning for this week's Brexit vote in the UK has restarted following a temporary suspension following the tragic murder of a British politician. The first opinion polls on the EU referendum since the killing of Joe Cox suggest the Remain campaign is pulling back into the lead. Kim Mo-kyun reports.
The campaign to decide Britain's membership of the European Union resumed on Sunday after a 3-day hiatus following the murder of Labour Party MP Joe Cox on Thursday. With the latest incident, polls suggest people in Britain are leaning towards staying in the European Union. According to a telephone survey conducted on Friday and Saturday by market research firm Survation, 45% of respondents said they wanted Britain to stay in the EU. 42% said they wanted to leave. This is a turnaround from the results of the firm's previous poll released a day before Cox's death. An online survey held by research firm YouGov on Thursday and Friday also revealed 44% wanted to remain and 43% wanted to leave. The results also swung from YouGov's poll held last Monday, when the figure for those who supported Brexit was 7 percentage points higher. Government officials from the Leave campaign were out in full force urging people to vote for a better future outside of the European Union.
My view is that those challenges will be easier to meet, those risks will be less if we vote to leave, because we will have control of the economic levers. We'll have control over money that we currently send to the European Union. We'll have control over our own laws.
The British Prime Minister admitted there are issues with immigration, but said Britain must remain in the EU for a brighter future.
What I'd say very frankly is that there are good ways of controlling immigration, and these welfare changes I think are good ways. There are bad ways of controlling immigration, and that I think would be leaving the single market, damaging our economy, costing jobs and hurting British working families in the process.
Worldwide attention is focused on which way Britain votes on Thursday, as regardless of the decision, it would have big implications for the future of the EU. Kim Mo-kyun, Arirang News.
Korean golfer Sei Young won the Meijer LPGA Classic in U.S. state of Michigan on Sunday, securing her second victory of the year and fifth overall on the LPGA Tour. Tying with Carlotta Ciganda after bogeying the 18th hole, Kim had to raise her game in a tense playoff. Fortunately for Kim, she defeated her Spanish rival with a birdie on the first hole. The world's number 5 is likely to get a boost to her ranking with the victory. She has also virtually secured her ticket to the Rio Olympic Games in August. The rainy season is due to start in Korea this week. Showers are forecast in southern regions, including Jeollanam-do and Gyeongsang-nam-do provinces on Monday, due to the influence of a seasonal band of rain. Up to 60 millimeters of precipitation is expected to fall on Korea's southern Jeju Island. The rain is expected to spread nationwide by Tuesday evening. In Korea's central regions, we'll have hot temperatures and high humidity, with the daytime high peaking at 33 degrees Celsius in Daegu. A word of warning, though, with the exception of southern and southwestern regions, most of the country will be under bad ozone, with levels reaching a peak between 2 and 5 p.m. And that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Keep it tuned to Arirang for more of the day's top stories coming up at noon.